Facebook said landscape not supported. Like you have to be straight up.
Go out of this. Let me start over.
Did y'all start already?
I did, and then I was falling into the light. Alright, wait a minute. Let me make sure.
Battery. Do I have any plugs on here?
Huh? What you mean? Plug?
One right here.
Oh. Gotta be closer.
What about the computer?
You got
She
one
put
of
it in the
these?
computer? She could charge it in the computer? No.
I don't see. It's not like the laptop. We don't have like the little plugs on the side.
Oh,
There's the monitor.
you got no juice.
It might stop, but it's alright.
What happened? Is it out?
It's low. Let's see.
Can y'all hear?
Is this good?
Yeah,
Check. One. Check.
Yeah, we're good.
Check. 1, 2, 3.
Check.
Yep.
I'm kind of low.
Alright. You kind of low.
My headphones. Check.
I don't know the
One.
mic, the earphones are low.
1, 2. Check. 1. Welcome.
You hear? Alright. Give me
Check
1
1, 2,
second.
3. Check 1, 2, 3.
I'm not going to press live
Oh.
yet on that.
Every time I reconnect. What is that?
Is it good?
Check 1, 2, 3.
Alright, I'm pressing live now.
That's shutting down. And it's dead.
What? Oh, it died? I can share it with you. Alright.
Welcome to the Power 410 Radio Show. This is the Be More Loyal Show. I am your host, Carter Chris White. I got a special guest in the building. Got my co-host over here. You want to introduce yourself?
Miss Critique, y'all already know it's Miss Critique in the building.
And I'm doing different special guests. You want to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Good evening, everyone. My name is Nicole Earl. I am the president of Dominion Community Development Corporation. Let me say that again slower. Dominion Community Development Corporation.
Yes.
Nicole Earl.
I don't usually do it like that, but we introduced everybody. Now we're going to go into prayer. So we're going to pray and then we're going to get down to the juicy. All right, y'all ready? All right. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses. We forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever, Lord. Touch whatever ears and hearts that need to be touched right now, Lord God. Open the airways and pray that somebody get a blessing tonight. In Jesus' name we love you. Amen.
Amen.
So, man, it's been so much going on.
So much going
I
on.
mean, there's a lot going on too.
Yes.
But what I want to say about that, everything that's going on, I always try to incorporate so people can go back to the word. I know there's a lot going on in the world, and people being distracted by this, by that. President, it's everybody everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But when Peter was walking, he was in a boat. He asked Jesus. He said, "If that be you bid me to come on the water, let me walk." He said, "Come." Peter got out of the boat and walked on the water. He was walking. They said he was walking, right?
He was.
He walked on the water. The distraction was the waves that was beating up against whatever, coming against the boat, whatever.
Right.
He took his eyes off Jesus, and that's why he started sinking.
That's right.
I said all that to say, man, stop watching the news and what's going on with the president. Keep your eyes on Jesus so you can continue to walk
Amen.
through this.
Right.
Okay, so what's going on with you, Miss McCall?
Well, that's a great segue because I completely agree that in this time of turbulence, in this time of stress and fear, if you watch too much news, that's all it's going to do. It's just going to make you completely paranoid and can't think, can't walk, don't know what you're going to do. But we know, but they say we know who hold our hand and who holds the future, right? So we keep our eyes on God. And it's so funny that I have a picture of walking on water on my vision board because I know that everything that I'm doing without Jesus, without God, it's not possible. So completely agree. And that's why I hardly watch the news. I really don't. But what's going on is on Saturday. So let me tell you a little bit about our nonprofit.
Introduce yourself first.
Yes. Let me
Introduce
tell
yourself,
about
you.
Tell me about
lead
who.
up to that.
That's right. So my name is Nicole Earl. As I said, I run an organization, a nonprofit that's called Dominion Community Development Corporation. I've been in the affordable housing and community development space for almost 30 years, serving primarily the citizens of Baltimore, doing community development and affordable housing, either on the development side as a project manager or on the lending side. So I started my banking career back in the 90s, working with Nations Bank. So that tells you how far back I go because it's no longer around. And I started my career lending to home builders and then went over to a side of the bank that you call Community Development Corporation. And there we were doing projects in the city and all over the country, but I was based here in Baltimore. So my two neighborhoods that I started working in were Druid Heights and Harlem Park, where we were actively expending the bank's capital to do development projects. So my first development project was in Harlem Park. I built a senior building. If anybody sees that senior building when you're coming up on Fulton with a kitchen at the bottom, that was my first development project ever. And so we partnered with neighborhood association, community associations, and helped them to realize whatever community goals they had around real estate development.
Okay.
So although it was a bank, we were actively doing development, and that kind of led into other projects. I also worked in Washington, D.C. and Anacostia. And then I started my own real estate firm back in the early 2000s and did rehabs of houses for sale and then for rent as well for about 5 years until the market crashed. And then I was fortunate to start working with the Housing Authority of Baltimore City and the City of Baltimore, doing projects all over the city. If anybody's familiar with the Uplands project, the whole first side was the project that I led from the start to finish and worked in communities and on the east and the west side. So Barclay, Johnson Square. I started working on Perkins Somerset when it was just starting. So all over the city. And worked in just development. So then I had the pleasure after finishing my tenure at the Housing Authority in the city to go to an organization now called Rebuild Metro, where I served as their chief operating officer. And then we did a lot of projects in the Gay Street corridor and around Biddle, and started working in Johnson Square. Did a lot of great work there. And then I had the honor of going back into banking with one of the banking partners and served as their community development lending officer, working on projects, financing projects here in the city. So I financed like Lexington Market and Perkins Somerset, a part of that. What else? Northwood Commons and the building on 33rd Street called Stadium Place. And I stayed there for about 3 years and then decided I wanted to come back to the city and be the change that I wanted to see. I live and work in Park Heights. And I wanted to, make some transformation there that I wanted to see. I live in the neighborhood. I hated the fact that I had to go outside the neighborhood to get the services and amenities that I wanted. So I said, why not create that change? And so we started our company, Dominion Real Estate, but also formed a nonprofit to be able to provide those wraparound services and amenities for the families in Park Heights. So we were honored to have our first project kind of moving forward in development, getting that financed through low-income housing tax credits. It's called Aventura Residences. It'll be 50 affordable housing units with wraparound services for families, really focusing on youth aging out of foster care and families who are at 60% of area median income and below. We're going to have a boxing studio, recording studio, a small retail component on the first floor, to make it a whole live, work, play. That was a concept that former Mayor Sheila Dixon coined, live, work, play, and I really love that concept. For someone to live in their building and be able to go to work if they needed to, have amenities that they can utilize to enhance their lives. So families will be able to exercise, will be able to learn computers.
Got
We have
pool in there too.
What is that?
Pool in it. Will be a pool in there.
No pool, not big enough for a pool, but they can play. They can do boxing. We'll have a podcast, a recording multimedia podcast studio. Yeah, so maybe you could do one of the shows there at some point when we open up. And so, in the meantime, right now the lot is vacant, and so we're doing a lot of community events. Earlier this summer, we had something called Fan Fest Friday. So every Friday we'd have the community come out, and we had vendors and music and games for the families. And then on this Saturday, we're having Fall Festival.
Okay.
It's going to be at 4405 Park Heights Avenue. It'll be from 11 to 4. And we're going to have a lot of vendors and wanted to bring out have a hayride.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have, we may have, we're going to have the Orioles Bird that's going to be coming out.
Okay.
You don't want to miss that. We're going to have a marching band that's going to come as well to kick us off. We're going to start off and ground ourselves with our ancestors. African drumming will come to start off the day. So just a lot of fun and festivities for the family, music, food, and just want the community to come out and come together, celebrate life, celebrate our community. A lot of great and amazing things are happening in Park Heights. Great organizations all working together to bring if you go up and down the corridor on Park Heights Avenue, you'll just see massive transformation.
Definitely have seen it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you've seen the transformation, we're going to be having in a couple of years, we're going to have a new Pimlico.
Okay.
We have 4 amazing buildings on Park Heights Avenue. There's another one that was completed near the train station.
Mm-hmm.
So just filling in the pockets, right? And families are moving in. We're growing. We're changing. Great service providers in the community. So I'm really honored to be a part of the community, and I just want to do everything I can to be supportive and helpful.
Okay. Well, I definitely I commend you because my family is from the Park Heights area. So to see, the transformation that is being taken over the years,
Yes.
is definitely it's uplifting to see that, and I know with our mayor, being a resident of Park Heights and coming from that
That's
area,
right.
it's great to see what you guys are doing.
That's right.
So that I'm all for it.
Right, and it's so amazing. I mean, as I go throughout the city, and I'll mention Park Heights, you'll be amazed how many people have roots in Park Heights. It surprises me all the time.
Yeah.
Just everywhere I go, I say something about Park Heights, my grandmother, or I live,
somebody
or somebody lives
there.
I'm like, did everybody in the city live in Park Heights?
Yeah.
Are you from Park Heights?
Why not? It likes to be up Park Heights though.
See what I mean? Park Heights roots everywhere among blacks, whites, Jews. I mean, it's such a diverse place. American history, African American, Caribbean. It's just such a diverse place.
Right.
And I think it is. If you're looking for somewhere to move, you want to look at Park Heights. There are great apartment buildings there now. The terraces that just got completed with the amazing, beautiful artwork. People stop to take pictures in front of that horse that represents George Spider Anderson. It's just so beautiful, and I think even more to come. So if you want a place to grow and thrive, Park Heights is on the move.
Yes, and there's a lot of new businesses around there too. Like I know some of the restaurants that move right around across from the track and everything.
Right.
And then like you said, we're getting ready to get a whole new Pimlico racetrack.
That's right.
We're building that. So I look forward to seeing the upcoming of Park Heights area.
The Renaissance. Because Park Heights Renaissance, and this is the Renaissance, right? There's definitely a Renaissance happening, and even more to come. There's going to be new homes for sale that are going to be built. New construction homes for sale, not rehab. New construction homes are coming. More commercial is coming because Park Heights is now the 9th and newest main street in the city.
Okay.
So from Shirley all the way up to Northern Parkway. So for business owners who want a place to be, you want to be on that new main street, to come and go talk to PHR and see. They have a Main Streets director, and he'll be more than happy to help you figure out how to get your business located in that corridor. So a lot of great things happening.
Okay.
Chris. Go ahead. People need to hear this.
Yeah, so also there are a lot of programs that will help you to buy a home.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of there are programs also that will be available to start your business. As a matter of fact, if you go on the Park Heights Renaissance website, they have an RFP out for people to help with different projects. If you want to renovate along the Main Street corridor, I think for cleaning, for different, I think there are like 5 different solicitations. So if you have a business that is related to anything in construction or beautification, you want to look on the Park Edge Renaissance website. They have an RFP out. And also the terraces apartments, they are still leasing up. The Cold Spring apartment, they're still leasing up. The terraces is for seniors.
Mm-hmm.
So seniors, I mean, people are coming back from the county to live in that apartment. That's how beautiful it is. When I say gorgeous, it
I've
rivals
seen
like
the apartments and the area is just it's definitely an upgrade to the area. So
yeah, it's a big upgrade. And we're getting a new library right next to that apartment building, the senior apartment building. They broke ground already, so you can't beat that. And then the one near the Cold Spring train station near Wabash, that's a family apartment. So and they're both affordable housing. But if you live downtown or you work downtown rather, or you work anywhere along the train corridor,
right,
you want to live in the Cold Spring apartment. Like you could literally walk to the train station. You wouldn't even need a car.
Yeah.
And you know it's accessible. As a matter of fact, when I worked downtown at the city, I would take the train and not drive.
Yeah, because downtown is
you don't have to worry about parking. You don't have to. I mean, it's very inexpensive to use the train. So I think Park Heights is like such an amazing place, and it's only getting better. So I'm a big advocate of that.
I see.
But in the meantime, you know, until our project is built. We're going to continue giving back to the community. We help, you know, young people. I support families in the community. They're like my children. I don't have any physical children, but I have children that are near and dear to my heart, and their families too. They're like my families. And so we love them. We love on them. We take care of them, and we, you know, provide amenities and services for our families. So we're gonna also, I forgot, we're gonna have a food giveaway. Courtesy of Kaiser Permanente. They are providing food for us to provide to families. So bring your bags. We'll have a couple of bags, but bring your bag and come on out, get some produce. We're going to have some winter gear to give away. We're still taking supplies. So if you have any used, gently used coats, scarves, gloves, hats, you can bring them out to 4405 Park Heights Avenue, 4405 Park Heights Avenue. We'll be there from 11 to 4. Please come out and bring them to support, you know, our families who may be in need. What else are we having? It's going to be a great day. So if you want to have fun, pray. Oh, since we started with prayer, everybody just pray that the rain stays away.
And the wind.
Yeah. Hope for a nice, sunny, balmy day. Yes. Good. It'll be.
I prayed already because we got food drop too.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, so we're gonna have food, summer, you know, winter giveaway. We're gonna have the hayride. We're gonna have you know, games and music and food. Just come out and chill. Especially right now, we need a little break, don't we? Just too much craziness going on. You just need a little downtime. You need a little relaxation. You can do your shopping along the corridor and then come and chill, get some food and just sit down. We got some, you know, we have some picnic benches that were donated to us by the Baltimore City Tool Bank, and I want to thank all sponsors, LifeBridge, Kaiser, Soda Architecture, BGE, who else? I just want to thank all of our sponsors because we couldn't do it without them. Oh, Harkins Builders. So thank all of our sponsors for supporting us, and we have some donors. The Sankofa Museum made a donation as well. They'll be there as well as a vendor. So just come on out, see what's in the community, and just participate. Get to know your neighbors. I think that's one of the ways that we're gonna reduce crime and violence. If we just get to know each other and see each other as human beings, that will help us to just humanize each other and realize that we're not each other's enemies. You know, because especially at a time like this, we need to work together. We need to support each other, and that's the only way we're gonna make it through these crazy times. Is just learning to love each other and build our community. So that's what I believe.
You just my whole mission out. I guess my mission is to, like, when we do our food drives. Matter of fact, man, I just want to shout out just the new apostle and the new bishop that I partner with down at God's House, 1330 Carroll and Pratt, right? Yeah, 1330 Carroll and Pratt Street.
Okay.
These are the first pastors who I've ever encountered who saw the mission that I was trying to bring to everybody who I learned a whole lot through the 9 years I've been doing this, but everybody wasn't ready for what God was trying to do with me, with the community. They ain't trying to hold me back. As a matter of fact, they own the building next to the church, and they said that I can make that my Be More Your headquarters.
Wow.
We are looking for sponsors and donors as well, because I'm a 501c3 nonprofit. A 501c3 nonprofit. Also, they have given us this garden next to a basketball court. So we want to renovate. We want to make the basketball court better for the kids. We want to put new goals up, cut the grass. I got somebody coming out this Saturday morning, cut the grass and stuff that's over there. It's one goal over there. So I'm just getting there. So we're gonna fix that thing up. We're
That's right.
Get the community together. I went knocking on doors.
Yes.
I'm not even from down there, but I'm just saying, when you are an ambassador for the Lord, you need to be knocking on doors.
That's right.
Going to get the people.
Right.
And I knocked on all the doors, and when I started knocking on doors, then people started joining me to go knock on doors.
Wow.
So somebody got to be the leader.
That's right.
Everybody can't be chiefs. Everybody can't be Indians. Everybody can't be the leader.
Right.
Some people just got to learn how to follow with the vision. So I went knocking on doors. Everybody started knocking. I'm like, oh, you got a little army out of this joint. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to knock on the doors because I wanted people to see that it's a church right here. It's also a place where y'all can come and get a free community market every Saturday. All your free vegetables, whatever you want. Tables we go. We got 50 tables now.
Wow.
We went from 40. No, I'm here first. Oh, 30.
Like 20 to 30 tables.
Then we went to 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then we went to 50. Now we have 50. And then the pastors, they got tables too. So they just give me the space. We got a new church right there. The service is wonderful. It took me back to my roots. It took me to my grandmother. Like when they just have, like, oh no, I had the grandchild. Grandma, you know this joint? I know my grandma passed away, but I'm saying the way they was operating in the church was how I was brought up around church.
Yeah.
Like before you start preaching or whatever you want to bring your word and ask for your money, your tithes, whatever you're asking for, they said, do anybody got any testimonies?
Yes.
They let you get up and,
Oh,
oh
yes.
my God, it's like it blew my
grandmother
mind in this
Same.
church. Like this was I like, okay, whoa.
That's the old time.
So I'm like, yeah, and it was just amazing, like how they can see the connection.
Yes.
Some people, you don't really gotta be like, oh, let me watch them for. You gotta watch everybody first, see what they're doing, whatever. They came out that one day. We prayed. They saw what was going on. Donated 8 cases of turkey. I'm like,
Wow.
whoa. She said she got what for us, and after that, we was just like, click. Listen, you get the keys to this. And I know ain't no apostle or no bishop just giving no keys to nobody. They ain't went in the spirit first and seen like what God was trying to show them.
Right.
So I'm just like, I'm thankful that we got new headquarters now, man. We're gonna try to make Carroll and Carrie a whole new community too.
And you're doing this at the perfect time, especially with the cutting SNAP benefits and people out there just intentionally trying to hurt children and families. This is the time we need to pull together, and what you're doing is amazing to serve. We need servants.
Yeah.
We need servants, and we need God's. We need to be God's hands in our community. Because there's so much work to do. They say that the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. So we need more laborers, not talkers, not doers, but doers.
Right.
Yeah. So congratulations.
Got the word in their heart, but they ain't performing it though. The word come alive when you start working.
Exactly.
So we working until the ground. We breaking barriers. We let people know that we're human.
That's
and
right.
I also got them all them treats. So we got Halloween. Listen, they talking about.
Love the
I don't got
Halloween
holidays.
treats.
I don't have holidays. All my holidays is everyday garbage.
That's right.
I'm thankful.
Exactly.
And you don't know my whole testimony though, so while I'm talking like this, but
You
it's
don't know
amazing.
my story.
You might get up and run.
Go ahead, tell the story.
No, but listen.
Somebody need to hear
Everybody. Oh, so you tell testimony?
it.
All
Tell
right,
it.
so testimony. So, like I said, I'm from White Life Street.
Okay.
17 years old. I became a millionaire selling drugs. 21, the feds locked me up. I went to trial. They gave me 60 years. See?
She said, "Whoa."
You plan it?
Yep.
So 60 years. I wound up serving 19. So September 19th, I was pardoned by President Obama.
Ooh, thank God.
I I'll sit and talk to you as an extra bill. Best-selling author, 15 books, 2 new stores, my own clothing line, lawn care service, car wash, book publishing company, radio show, which we on right now. Power 410, shout out Power 410. But allowing people loyal to be just a part of the team. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody want to be taken. Like I ain't coming to this joint trying to take over y'all stuff. I definitely ain't know that y'all work no engineering because I don't know nothing about that. But I asked God, we have this time. I know I'm gonna be ready, but I need you to just don't. I want to be more to operate like our body operates. So if you was downstairs, right, you was playing football, and I threw the ball to you, you don't try to catch it with your feet. No. Ain't you so bad that you don't do what your eyes do? That's right. Because it's so dirty and so messy under our feet. So why we want everything work according to how it's supposed to work? When you throw in baseball, I know, boom, 1 hand. Throw in football, 2 hands. It's just automatic. Mm-hmm. So if my team could operate like our body operates, then we can win.
That's right. What a powerful story.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So there are a lot of that's amazing. That's powerful. And you're sitting here as a testimony, and you got to spread that word. I'm glad that you have this platform because there are a lot of young men in my neighborhood that I see. I try to talk to them, of course, to help them to find new paths, and we have to create opportunities, I think, for the young people who don't know a different path, right? They grow up seeing certain things, and they don't have exposure. So one of my goals is to give the young people exposure to different things, which is why I'm even doing the fest. Right. Bring the hayride, bring the horses, bring stuff that they wouldn't see. You know, the Oriole bird is coming. Right. Like if they don't get to go down to the stadium, it's coming to them. Right. Yeah. So I'm trying to bring things to the neighborhood and to the kids so they can have an exposure, so they can find a different path. But you have a strong testimony because you understand the motivation, the drive that would lead them in one path versus another, and you can tell them, "I've been there, done that. Mm-hmm. This is where it leads to." But in the same token, where we're telling them that, we got to give them a different example and a different way. If they don't know a different way, they can't take it, right? We have to lead and not just talk. So you have a powerful story. One of the young men that I was trying to talk to, he dropped out of school, and now I understand he went to prison. He went to jail, and it's his 4th charge, they said, and he had a gun. So I mean, it just breaks my heart because when I see these beautiful young black men, I just, I don't have the words, and your story is way more credible than mine. When they see me, they're polite and they're nice, but I don't have the story. And I remember one young man saying to me, "You don't know, you don't understand." I don't fully understand, right? What am I gonna say? I don't fully understand, but I empathize and I want to help, and that's why your story is so powerful, to be able to help to direct them in a different way. So I would love to collaborate.
That's when you partner with people. It's like, so when you got a team, right?
Yeah.
I can't do everything.
Right.
Like they start talking about some financial this and banking this and breaking ground and all that. I don't know nothing about that. But if you my partner, I can say, "Oh, you know what, Mr. Coach, we got it."
Right.
They talking about, "Chris, we're gonna put a fashion show together. We need these models and all this." I don't got that. So just critique. Hey, we got this. Right. That's how you gotta pull from your body.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want to tell these kids firsthand, prison, that gangster stuff. That's not what they want.
Yeah.
I know it look cool and all that, but when you get behind them bars, this when you gotta check them guns in.
That's right.
You ain't got that gun. I done seen stories where, ain't no story, real life hand stuff. Talking about when you see people that get high on the street and they're lowest or whatever the case may be. They ain't as strong as they would be if they was not getting high or whatever the case may be. But to see somebody be in the gutter, getting high, chasing this and chasing that, to see them transform when they go in prison and clean up. I done seen some of the guys disrespect these people when they at their lowest. And then guess what? Dude got himself together. He in prison and he caught a case. Mm. And now you in there with me. Now it's my turn. Mm-hmm. I run the jail. Like the people who be getting high, they run the jails. Mm. You know what I'm saying? They be strong, muscle. They lift 500 pounds, weight power. I'm like, Lord. That's why I always treat everybody with respect. I ain't had those type of problems though. Yeah. But I'm saying the people who do disrespect people, who kick them off their butt and take their money from them because they don't want to get enough from them and stuff like that, man. Listen to me. They made a mistake and put me on I had 6 months one time. They made a mistake and put me in DOC on the 5th floor. The 5th floor is lifeless. Mm-hmm. They accidentally put me up. I don't know if it was a test or what, but I'm saying, I'm like, do. Like, man, listen, I got life. Plus, I ain't never going home. Man, don't touch that phone. Guess what? It didn't make me no sucker. It didn't make me no chump. And it definitely didn't make me no coward or nothing. But I just used wisdom. I said, you know what? I got 6 months. I'll be home. This man telling he ain't never go home. Of course, that's his phone.
Right.
That's not my phone anyway. I ain't claiming no phones in here. So guess what? And he calmed down whatever conversation he had on the phone that it made him so irate at that time. That's what when he calmed down, he said, "Shorty, you want to use the phone?" Yeah, I waited my turn.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like, it's people who really about that life though.
Yeah.
When you get in there, they give you a knife this long and tell you, "Huh, you think you tough? All right, let's lock in this thing. Who'll make it out?" They really doing that for real. Like, it ain't no joke. I'm trying to tell the kids, like, you don't want to go to prison.
And definitely not adult prison. If you're a young one, and if you do certain things, you're gonna go to adult prison. And somebody was just telling me they were in the prison, and they're like, when you turn that age, when it hits 12 o'clock, like not a minute pass, they shipping you off to where you need to go as an adult.
Yeah.
So they don't understand. It's tough out here because you have guns and whatever, and you can hide and do what you need to do, but it's a whole different world in there. So my goal is to try to stop that, divert them, which is why, the recording studio was so important to have that, because I know I'm trying to use the things that they like. The recording studio, the boxing studio.
Meet them where they are.
Meet people where they are. Meet the young people where they are. Use what's interesting to them to hopefully teach them some life skills, how to be responsible, what they can learn the skills and do it if that's what they like, or build a career around podcasting or recording or boxing.
The good thing to do too is to get people like Chris and outsiders that people that have made it already.
That's right.
You got boxing, we got a person like Tank that's from Baltimore.
Right.
Perhaps you can reach out to him.
Tank,
his management, Mr. Calvin,
so
his coach and stuff like that. You want to get down to those type of people. You got people like Mr. Umar.
Oh, so yes, I was just gonna say Mr. Umar from Umar Boxing is the partner on the boxing studio.
Good. I know him personally.
Yes, he's amazing. He's been with us since day one when I proposed the idea. He said yes, and it's been a long journey, but he's still on board, and this will be his second location in Park Heights.
Good.
So, spoiler alert.
Right. But we like the first and the exclusive.
That's a yes.
But that's good. Like, you want to reach out, and you want to meet them again where they are, and utilizing skills and activities like you're doing is a great opportunity for it. Yeah. And you want to catch those kids before, like you said, the young man that went the left way.
That's right.
You want to catch them before they get stuck.
Right.
Because again, they don't know no better.
Right.
They only know what they see.
Right.
We become the product of our own environment.
Right.
So again, unless you're bringing people in, because we can do all we can do, but they still gotta go home.
That's right.
And they're going back to that environment.
Yeah.
So at least if they're coming around, people and that's positive and that's feeding into them, then now they can say, okay, they'll know the difference,
right?
Because they'll see someone's trying to help them.
Right.
But we gotta, it definitely take a village.
That's right. And speaking about that village, I want to shout out another great partner, the State Streets. And I won't call names, but there's amazing guys that work in State Streets and Park Heights that are partners. If you come out, you'll meet some of them, and they have amazing stories. They're really big heart guys. They want to help. They want to support folks, young people who are on the same journey and path that they may have taken. But they're just amazing guys, and they're going to be supporting and helping with the event on Saturday as well. So thank you, and you know who you are, but I'm not sure if I'm supposed to call names, so I'll just say Park Heights,
right.
State Streets. Shout out to you.
Okay.
So in order to reach the youth, right, what would y'all say the best way to reach the youth? What would you say? Like, if you had one thing to do.
That's a question I would ask you. But
I just want to get your opinion on it, because a lot of people don't know how to.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to try to
give
them a lesson right now.
So, I mean, from my perspective, so I was the community association president of Towanda Grantley a few years ago, And when when I had meetings, I would go around and pass out flyers to all the houses. And the guys who are standing in the corners, they all know me and I know them.
Mhm.
And it was much love and respect.
Right.
Because, I mean, when you give them respect, then they'll give you respect,
Mhm.
right? They're no less than or than me. I'm no better than them. And so I would talk to them. I would ask them to come and help in the cleanups or come to the meetings. But just humanize people, treat them with respect and dignity, and humanize them, and just talk to them like people.
Right.
And that's the first step, right? And then also offer opportunities. I mean, all I can do is offer opportunities. Up to them to want it, and some of them, they'll want it before they get in trouble. Unfortunately, sometimes they have to get in trouble first before they want the help. But I think just humanizing, treating them respect, and opening that door for dialogue. I know I walked down the street and I was asking some of the young men what they thought about the boxing studio, recording studio, and they were ecstatic about that coming to the neighborhood, and said that they wish they had it now, or they wish they had it before they got in trouble. So just offering more amenities and services. I will say in Towanda, Grantley, and around the city, I give much kudos to our amazing mayor, who is opening up these rec centers. I think when the rec centers all got closed down, that was a big gap.
Mm-hmm.
And what they said, devil find things for idle hands to do, and that caused a lot of young people to go astray because they didn't have anything positive. But in Towanda, we have an amazing rec center. We have a new look. I gotta be a little show off. We have an amazing aquatic center. I mean, it looks like you're on one of those cruise ships with the spots. So I mean, it is gorgeous, and it has it's just gorgeous. So the rec centers provide an outlet for the young people. They have games, they have different service and amenities in there. They have a free gym you can work out. And they took full advantage of that pool this summer. It was amazing. So just providing opportunities. We need more of that. I think also the big fight that the community put up to be able to have the new library is also a big plus, because folks need to be educated.
Yeah.
If they don't have education, if you don't have a library, you're not reading, you're not putting stuff in your head, then you're just gonna be filled with other things.
Right.
So having that library is going to be a major win for the community. And our councilwoman was a big proponent. PHR was a big proponent as well of just getting it there. And the former late great George Mitchell, who was a community leader, that he was fighting for that.
Langston Hughes.
He had Langston Hughes, but before that, I mean, he was a big proponent. He was one of the ones that helped to get our supermarket up there, Langston Hughes, and also he was pushing for that library. Sorry, he didn't see it happen, but that's part of his legacy. But yeah, community really fought to have that happen, and so thanks to all the folks who made sure that the funding was there to make it happen. But I think just reaching them, we need. Unfortunately, in our communities, there are not enough things that are in other communities, like Boy Scouts and baseball leagues, and different sports and different amenities that are in other neighborhoods, more affluent neighborhoods. So we have football for sure. There's a lot of kids that play football, but we need other things, because everybody can't play football. Everybody might not be interested in football. So having other services and mentors, we need mentors for the young men, right? There's so much.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. For me, I would say the way to reach them is by tackling the mindset, shifting their mindset, shifting their thought process. Again, they only know what they see and what they were raised on, and we don't know what their parents and what their grandparents have seen and what they were raised on.
Right.
So tackling their mindset, meeting them where they are, and just showing some type of interest in what they're interested in.
Right.
Which, for myself, my experience is, being able to help them with figuring out what their passions are.
Mm-hmm.
That has always been my goal, even with my business. We started off with the modeling agency. From there, I might find somebody that can sing or can dance. And so we started, okay, I'm going to be managing artists, and I'm going to be managing dancers, and I might have some fashion stylists or fashion designers, and I'm teaching people how to sew. So again, you have to meet them where they are, show interest in what they're interested in,
Agreed.
and then help them to pour out their passions and their talent. Because they all have a talent. We all have some sort of talent.
Right.
But until, I always tell parents, like, a parent may want their child, like you say, some parents might want their kids to play football or play baseball. They want to be these big stars. You might have a child that want to play lacrosse or soccer or want to be play an instrument,
Tennis.
or tennis. Like, that's not, they don't want to be a football player or a basketball player.
Right.
It's more sports than just basketball and football.
Right.
So we want to see what it is that they're interested in. I remember I took my nephew as he was growing, figuring out what type of sports he liked. I took him to all types of things. Soccer, we went football, we went baseball, basketball. So again, it's like you really have to like talk to them.
Right.
Have those conversations, and teach them. We all have had our own experience. And they can learn from all of us.
That's right.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So, growing up, I think the most important thing is to just listen.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody want to listen to me. So I was when nobody not listening to me, so I act up, and then I can get the reaction out of you.
Right.
So I think that most of the kids are just reacting to nobody not paying them no mind. Even with some of the schools right now, like some of the kids go to school, teacher, what 2 + 2 is? They really can't answer you because their stomach hurt.
Right.
They like that meal. We try and change it that way so we can be able to make breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the kids at the church.
Mm-hmm.
So kids that hungry in the morning, stop at the church, get you something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Egg sandwich, egg and cheese sandwich, sausage, egg and cheese, waffles. But we trying to like change some things. I know we had breakfast at school. You have to hurry up and get there before a certain time when you get to school. But I'm saying to be able to walk in my neighborhood, walk out my school right here, and I'm walking past the church that's right here. You ain't tell me I can walk past the church and get a hot meal going to school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you asked me what's 2 + 2. Give me some more.
Right.
I can answer them because now I got a clear mind. I got that extra what I needed. My stomach really ain't bothering me. I'm full. I'm ready to just answer some questions now.
Mm-hmm.
But so I think the meals,
Yes.
being able to feed them, because a lot of children are eating.
Mm.
But you got people that's over the head, like you got people with these titles, like we got to drop them titles.
Yeah.
If you try to listen, Jesus sat at the table with everybody.
That's right.
Everybody, he sat with everybody.
That's right.
So why is it that people with titles got to talk over their head when they're not right there?
Right.
So we miss them. So that's why I'm able to reach everybody, because that's why I come down.
Mm-hmm.
I've been down there before, so now I'm up. I'm playing up. I'm still right with you. I'm letting them give me a hug. People not hugging no more. Everybody sending emojis, texts, and nobody saying I love you in the thing with a heart. What happened to it? I love you.
That's right.
Like where the words at?
It's the
Kids don't hear that no more. So
Yeah.
they on games all day. So that's why we do the stuff for the candy. We do different stuff for the kids. Man, make sure you bring the kids out. So I love to see the kids out.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
One kid stopped. One little the one kid came to we was in the mall.
Mm-hmm.
He said, Mr. Chris, can I tell you something? He whispered, you know that prayer that you be praying? I said, yeah. We prayed that before my football game. I know it. I said, hold up, y'all. We put him on spot. Let's say it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the baby leading prayer.
That's right.
But that's how I got that from him. Listen to him.
Right.
I ain't just shut him off because I'm all supposed to be this big guy. I don't want to hear from the kids. No, I want to hear from everybody.
That's right.
So we gotta learn how to open our ears up, move your title, put it down for a minute. Because title don't win souls.
That's
Right.
right.
People win souls. Spirit, connect, touch the spirit by the spirit,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll know what you're dealing with.
That's right.
So if I'm this scholar person and I'm trying to talk to somebody that's 11 years old, I ain't gonna reach him. Know why? Because I ain't coming down to be loving with him.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We can work our way up to what I do. I want to hear what you got going on. Little kids at baby bookings. Oh man, Mr. Chris, I met him. He came out here and visited us today. I'm going to the jails to visit the kids. I'm gonna lock up and everywhere. I'm going through. Let them know it's somebody that's still thinking about you. Man, your mom said you back here. Why you gonna lock up? I'm asking him a question. I ain't telling him what he did was wrong. I'm asking him. Tell me what your side, because there's two sides to every story.
Yeah.
Man, we went in that joint, talking to these kids on lockup. I'm asking the kids, like, I'm telling them about my clothing line. Listen, I don't say what I got all this stuff because I'm bragging. I'm bragging about what God can do for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to show you that even though I messed up, that God can clean you up. Now I told the little kid, I said, man, what size shoes you wear? Oh, I wear 8.5, Mr. Chris. I said, what's your name? I'm using my name. Oh, he said, Christopher White. I said, man, you ain't thought about your name being famous? He like, what you talking about? Oh, now we open it because I got his mind now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so going to think about going to Montgomery getting size 8.5 Christopher Whites. A bulb went off in Shorty head. He said, no, I ain't never think about that. That sound good.
Mhm.
I said, all right, so start designing your shoes. You ain't here, you don't waste time. Don't you go in there to do the time. Don't let the time do you because you're gonna get lost in here.
Right.
So this is what you gotta do. Start right with join some shoes, man. Put your name on them. Design something, not no Nikes or nothing. We don't know what Nike mean. Nike can mean 20, 27, 20, 30. Everybody got who got to move. We don't know what it means. But I'm saying somebody from Baltimore, young black kid like me, grew up, no father in the house. My mother raised me. They keep saying women can't raise no man. They lying. Everybody follow me around the world right now because my mother raised me. Why no dad there? So listen, it all comes down to my decision making.
That's
I want to listen to my mother first of all.
Right.
My father wasn't here, so I can run on top of my mother. No, I listened to her when she taught me stuff. Of course, my mother, she didn't know everything. She wasn't the smartest. You know what I'm saying? But she only gave me what she knew.
Right.
So with that being said, if that's all she knew, some of the stuff was wrong.
Yeah.
Now I gotta get in my word and find out what the right stuff is. Get that in disown. I gotta forget about everything that was wrong to me. Now I gotta rethink everything. Now I gotta start making sound decisions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this is what we giving the kids. So now guess what? Not only that, but they was going out and just spitting on CO women, calling them bees and they not making their beds and all kind of stuff. Man, we went in that joint and I told them, I said, the only way I'm coming back in here, because they wanted me in there. Where Mr. Chris? Where Mr. Chris? Now I became a mentor to them.
Right.
Now they looking for that extra that they wasn't getting. So now I gotta make a bargain with them. Now, okay, well y'all want me to come in? Because I ain't just coming in jail. I was already in jail.
Right.
I don't want to come back in here.
Right,
But
right.
for y'all, I'm coming back in because y'all need me to come in here. But I'm not coming in wasting my time though. So design your shoes. I don't you know when I came back, everybody in the pause had their pants shirts tucked in, beds was made. Everybody got shoes. But you guys look at mine. How about I look? Oh yeah, I like these shorts.
Wow.
They want to talk about them on Nikes. They want to talk about Jordans. They want to talk about Anthony's. Nothing that. No disrespect to everybody else.
Wow.
But if I make it, let me show you how to make it.
Right.
That's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
That is powerful.
So I'm just saying, I can only give you what I got. I got it because I was in there. In
Right.
19 years, I wasn't there playing games. I wasn't there wanting to play tabletops, spades. I don't even know how to play cards. I've been there 19 years. Everybody not play spades when you go to jail. Not me.
Right.
That's not for me. Everything not for me. My anointing don't belong everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It don't belong around everybody. So, you know, some people gonna like me, some people not gonna like me. But guess what? I know Jesus like me. That's all that matters when I get up in the morning. As long as God woke me up this morning in my right mind and I can go out here and get one person.
Talk about that, because a lot of kids and people struggle with not people not liking them, or being a people pleaser, or wanting to be a people pleaser, or wanting people to like them. Even like some of the kids, they'll join gangs or they'll do something, but there's a girl for a boy or boy or girl, whatever. People, adults do it too. So how did you get to that point of saying, I'm good with me, whether you like me, yes or no? How do you get to that point?
Honestly, so I'm 49 years old right now, right? So growing up, I ain't never had no friends. My mother told me that you don't have friends. Our Baltimore murder rate is so high right now, right? I mean, they got it down. But I'm saying just the senseless murders, period, right? Guess what? Enemies don't see each other like that. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
So that means one of my friends did this. Somebody who I trusted got in my space and did this to me. So some betrayal came somewhere around along the line, right?
Mm-hmm.
So me, I'm still living right now today is because I never had no friends. That was my protection that God put on me.
Wow.
You feel me? So if I would have had friends, I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
But that's bad though, because so that means they weren't really friends. They were quote unquote friends, because friends don't do that,
So they call them frenemies.
right? I mean, so that's an interesting concept, because I'm thinking like we need to see each other as human beings and become friends with each other really, and not be fake, be real. But there is a lot of that
But that's
betrayal.
when you test the spirit, though.
Mhm.
See, so you got to listen to me. I was walking with God when I was selling drugs. I just wanted to feed my family. I just wanted money. I wanted instant money. I wanted it fast. I ain't never wanted to hurt nobody. That wasn't my intent.
Mhm.
So now God knew that wasn't my heart to go out there and hurt nobody. I just was trying to get some money.
Mhm.
I was tired of welfare wasn't doing nothing for us. It's three of us. I got me, my two sisters. I don't know about that. She's struggling. She's selling drugs. I'm learning all this stuff from just looking.
Mhm.
So I said, well, you know what? My father ain't around, so I got to be the man. So I went out and I started getting the pack, and I ain't look back.
Mhm.
But then I got so big that when even with the association part, I wasn't getting money with people that was around where I got locked up at.
Mhm.
It's just that me being in the same neighborhood, me growing up right there makes me guilty by association.
Mhm.
I know them, they know me. So they put it together about who you know.
Right.
So when I did my time and God was dealing with me with getting back out, because I wanted to get out bad, but I had to be ready to get out.
Mm-hmm.
So when he knew I was ready out, he kicked me out. But then when I came out, I had to find out who was like me. I didn't want to carry no more guns.
Mm-hmm.
So this is me hanging out with somebody who won't carry guns.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hang out with lawyers and doctors and people doing fashion and we're making music. Positivity. So you got to make a decision. Come down to your decision making.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want? That's why I asked Lord Johnny, what you want, Lord Johnny? What you want? Because whatever you want, that's what you're going to get. So if you want to do good, you're going to get good because that's all God's going to give you is good. But when you're asking for certain things, that's all you get. What you ask for.
Yeah.
I don't want to be no gangster, but I ain't no punk either. They think because we Christians and we pray and we follow Jesus, listen, that's just a way of life.
Right.
I make my own decisions every day. I'm my own boss. I clock in and clock out. If I want to clock in, I don't got to.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to promise myself I'm going to do no more 9 to 5s. And people got to make up their mind. I don't want to do no 9 to 5, so that means I got to go out and do something different.
Right.
Not nothing crazy, though.
Right.
Because he switched my product. Now I got fruits and vegetables. Instead of having George, I got green peppers, onions, cauliflower, broccoli,
That
lettuce.
sounds like a song.
You feel me? Salads. I got stuff that make people now. I can help people live.
Healthy. Yeah.
Instead of dying, I can help you live. I got the medicine.
But here's the thing too that you just came you mentioned. A lot of these kids who are out there, they're doing what they're doing because they have to.
Mm-hmm.
They have amazing skills, right? To me, when I look at the people who are selling drugs, and I hope somebody don't use this and come back at me later, but they have amazing skills. They're doing sales, marketing, product development. I mean,
Best
like
bosses in the world.
they are business people.
It's that
Just
wrong product.
and
They
just
have
the
to
wrong
learn
product.
exactly.
So
They
if
gotta
we
learn how
could
to take it.
figure out how to take what they know and use those very same skills to
Mhm.
become. I mean, some of the guys who transition, like Daisy and others,
Mhm.
I mean, they got all their business sense from what they learned on the street. So if we can help them to transition into legitimate businesses, that is something that we need to figure out how
But
to
that's what
how
I've
to
been
do.
doing the whole time. I'm God set me free to show them that it can be done.
Mm-hmm.
My whole everything changed.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to change though.
Yes.
So now it comes down to, do this child want to change?
Want to change, right?
So if you want to change, I can help you change.
But how did you want? What made you want to change? Just something that you saw, or God just changed your heart? Like, because you're right, they have to want it.
So
But some of them,
Circumstances.
I sold dimes, whatever illegal drug that was, right?
Mm-hmm.
So God said, write your books. So I write 15 books while I'm in federal prison. I get 2 published while I'm in there. Now I got dimes.
Mm-hmm.
My books cost $10.
wow.
We switching the product. That's all we doing.
Mm-hmm.
They sell, man, listen, they can sell water to an ice monkey,
Mm-hmm.
right? But what I'm saying is all they got to do is switch their product. It's easy. But you got to have
it's
patience,
easy.
though.
You know it's easy. So
But-
we got to teach them how to do
And I'm
it.
not living proof that it can be done. Because they know,
Yeah.
oh, Mr. Chris, we get. I didn't say Mr. Chris. That's what I hear all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Chris didn't dress like that.
Mm-hmm.
The one I know.
Right.
But now I say I'm a new creature.
That's right.
So I had to make new sound decisions. I had to change everything. Everything got changed about you. Your heart got changed.
Right.
So who you want to serve? Because you're only serving 2 people.
Right.
Do you want to do evil? Do you want to do good? If you want to do good, then good gonna come.
Right.
People just gonna come out of nowhere. People like I didn't know that you was coming.
Mm-hmm.
You just brought here. We don't know where we can go from here.
Yeah.
But if you get the kids in the room,
Mm-hmm.
everybody can't get them in the room.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think this is powerful. I mean, I think that, well, you know, there is your story alone is like a major catalyst to help them to see that there is a change. I have a friend who also made a transition. I had 11 youth workers this summer, and I was fortunate to bring in a lot of different speakers. Miss Marilyn came in, an entrepreneur who's like a major, you know, successful entrepreneur who also had a similar life story. That was selling drugs and went to jail and came out, and now he turned his life around and he built a successful business. You know, we did a lot of things for them. We brought them up to Ricestown to a horse farm. Never left the city before. They were scared. Some of them were scared to touch the horse. Brought them out to Martin's Air Force Base to go on an airplane and see what private jet life is like.
Right.
You know, exposing them. I think exposing them to things and then finding their passion. Because I found out that these kids were like really talented, very smart. I mean, there was one young man I was unable to reach, and he was in the system. But, you know, I just have to pray for him because some of them, that spirit has to be broken. You know, it's a spiritual warfare, I think. But for most of them, very entrepreneurial. You know, they wanted to do the right thing. But I think exposure is really important. You see their eyes light up. You know, introduce them to the trades. I want to, you know, because being in development, I want to get as many of them in the trades as possible. Because as jobs are changing, with the infiltration of AI, and that's going to take, you know, even more, be more rampant. Like a lot of jobs are going to be lost. So getting people trained in technology and AI is like really critical. So being able to get them off the streets and just be open to exploring other things without that peer pressure. I think probably one of your the things that you had going for you is probably because you didn't have friends, so you weren't like tied into like peer pressure. Because a lot of these kids, they're looking at their friends. They can't do anything without like knowing what somebody else is gonna say. But having that strong personal sense about what you want and who you are is important.
And like we said too, it's the people that they have around them and who's teaching them.
Right.
Like, you know, my kids, they would tell you, like, I don't raise them or parent the way other parents may parent, because my mother didn't. You know, we were so, oh, your mother let you do whatever you want. No, we talked to her. She talked with us, so we had no reason to hide things from her. So if you got to make kids comfortable.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course they're gonna try you. Trust me, my oldest gonna tell you I done did some things and my mother, but she had to go through it and she had to realize, like, I don't have to lie to my mother. I don't have to hide anything, because I always tell her, you hide things from me, I can't help you.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So you have to again meet them where they are, and you have to make them feel comfortable enough to come to you to say, this is what's going on in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you said, you had a few of them that you may not be able to reach, because their life, their circumstances may be that deep.
Yeah.
So it's going to take a special type of person, like a Chris, or you know, like that other young man that you said. Like, it's going to take someone that they can relate to, and that's a lot. That's even as adults.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can sit here and you can talk to somebody till you're blue in the face, till you blue in the face.
Right.
But until you can reach them where they are, it's their decision to make that decision.
Yeah.
And it's okay if you have 10 kids and you only reach one. As long as you've reached one.
Yeah.
You know, you still made a difference.
Yeah.
And you just got to keep trying.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Eventually, their circumstances, it's the circumstances that they're in, which is going to cause them to want more for themselves. So, until they get to that point where they say, I no longer want this circumstance, then they'll be ready to change. But that's just like an addict. They got to be ready to do it.
Yeah.
They can have kids, they can have life, they can have the perfect situation.
Yeah.
But if they got that hold, that substance have that hold on them, they're not going to be ready to change their circumstances until they're ready.
That's right.
So, you know, we just got to keep doing what we're doing. You got to keep being in the community, showing face, talking, reaching to them, and being a mentor.
Right.
You know, we had the big brother, big sister programs and stuff like that. We got to get back to that.
Yeah.
So with, you know, like Brandon Scott, you know, bringing back the recreation center. I started in the recreation center. My first fashion program was in a recreation center. And we had people, I started with family and friends, and then passing on flyers and had people from in the area, they came out.
Yeah.
And till this day, I can still call on those same people.
Yeah.
And it's been over 20-something years.
Yeah.
So again, you know, some of them have went on to be in the industry, the beauty industry, the fashion industry, the entertainment industry, and that's because we tapped into their talents.
Yeah.
So, and they were 9, 7, 8, they 30 plus now.
Wow.
You know, so again, they just have to be open to receive what it is that you're trying to give them, and they'll change.
Yeah.
And the one thing that you can always back on, they're gonna remember you.
Yeah.
You know.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Go back and get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those squeezy kids be out there and say, Mr. Chris, man, you always come back.
Oh.
He said, man, people don't tell us they're gonna come back, now come back.
Oh.
So it's like they don't want to trust nobody else, because
just
I said, but you can't judge everybody by what somebody else done.
Right.
You got to get through their own fair share.
Yeah. Yeah. And we just continue to pray for them. That we can reach them. I mean, the younger the better. Because, I mean, by the time they reach a certain
I'd rather
age.
work with children.
Yeah.
I tell people that all the time. I would rather work with children, because with adults, like, once they get a certain age, it's like they think they know every day.
Yeah.
You know, until something
Something
happens.
happens.
And then it's like, oh, I'm ready. Again, they got to be ready. The circumstances got to change.
Yeah.
But with children, I can sit down with children all day.
Yeah.
Like they're like a breath of fresh air.
Absolutely. Yeah, I got a bunch of them in my neighborhood, boy. They keep me on my toes.
And you can learn from them. Honestly, a lot of I always say with business owners, like if you want to stay relevant and stay trendy,
Trust me.
you want to have someone that's youthful around you. You know, I learn from my kids, my nieces, my nephews,
they know the
kids
trends
in the community. They teach me because I be like, I don't be knowing half the stuff music wise. I don't even really listen to
And
music.
fashion.
Like, yeah, fashion too.
I mean, I have one little young lady, and she's like, she'll be telling Mr. Cole, can you give me this for my birthday? It'll be some expensive bag. I was like,
Right.
I'm like,
Well,
girl.
Kurt Geiger and all of that.
I'm like, what?
I
is
never
this?
heard no Kurt Geiger. So my daughter like, Mom, you give me this? I'm like, child,
They
what is
know
that?
all the fashion, all the stuff. I learned stuff from them. They know the dances. They know everything. They're just so, oh my God, super talented. They just need the direction.
That push.
Yeah.
That's all.
A little extra love and exposure, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I want to tell people how to find us. We're so we have two websites, but you can find us on Facebook and Instagram, Dominion Real Estate, and it's got like a blue logo with a house or building. Dominion Real Estate. We're on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, right? And our website is www.dominionrealestate.co. We have two websites, dominionrealestate.co. And also, our nonprofit is www.dominioncommunitydc.org, www.dominioncommunity.org. So you can follow us on our socials and come visit us on our website. So we can stay in touch because we're going to be doing more activities, more things. We can always use volunteers and support for our programs. If you love children, if you want to help, if you want to do community work, we've been really grateful to have some amazing volunteers helping us. We did a cleanup on the 18th and on the 25th. So we just try to do things in the community and want to do more.
Right.
I want to do like a pageant. And so I'm gonna be calling on you because I want to do a Mr. and Miss Park Heights teen pageant.
Okay.
I don't even care if somebody hears and wants to steal the idea. But if you want to work with me, call me Miss Park Heights, because I was in a pageant when I was a teenager.
Okay.
I was so shy. I'm still kind of shy, but I was really shy. And so I didn't, but it helped me to kind of pull me out of my shell. And I saw people who were just so like, it was like second nature to them. They're just out there. I'm just like, oh my God, so comfortable in their skin. I was like this little shy kid from just the Caribbean and wasn't speaking up. But I want to do that because then it'll give them exposure to different things, teach them how to walk, talk, hold them, self-esteem, all that good stuff while we do exposure things. So we'll need sponsors for that. And but we'll get that off the ground. We're going to be in spring, and we're going to continue with our Fan Fest Fridays in August. We'll do our we're going to do a Juneteenth event. We're going to do the Juneteenth, and then our turkey giveaway next year, and just a lot of different events. So just stay tuned. So follow us on socials to see what we're up to, what we're doing for the community in the meantime. And hopefully by the end of next year or early 27 is when we'll start construction. You want to stay tuned if you want to get some new apartments. If you're ready in like a year, you're in your lease now, but in a year or so, you're going to be ready for a year and a half. You'll be ready for a new apartment that you can live in that has a recording studio, boxing studio, and somewhere to eat, drink coffee or something downstairs. And you're going to want to live in Abidua Residences. It's going to be the place to be on Main Street. On Park Heights Avenue. So stay tuned, and we have other projects that will be coming up too. So for houses to rent, like single family houses to rent or to purchase, we're gonna have some of those coming up as well. So we have some things, and also we are gonna be starting a real estate fund. So for everybody who doesn't know how to get involved in real estate, or you want to get in real estate but you don't know how to get started, you don't have to do it on your own. We're going to be starting a real estate fund so you can invest in real estate. We believe in ownership. We want to create pathways for ownership, so for people to have a piece of their neighborhood. A lot of people, you see neighborhoods are changing and everybody's coming in and taking this or that, and you can't afford, or you can't buy your own house yet, or you can't invest in real estate. We're going to provide a pathway so you can put in your $5, $10, $150 over time and get invested in real estate, because that we know that real estate is one of the best paths in to build wealth.
Mm-hmm.
We keep talking about like building generational wealth, or closing the wealth gap. Well, real estate is one of those ways. It's not the only way. You can do stocks, bonds, other things as well, but real estate is definitely one of the ways. And our home ownership rate is really low. Our investment in commercial real estate is really low, lower than any other demographic. And so I want to create that opportunity for us to have a pathway to get invested. Also, I think that if you have $5 in a building, you're not gonna graffiti it. You're not gonna destroy it because you have some ownership in it. So
Right.
I believe in creating pathways for ownership. And so stay tuned for that. So you want to follow us on social so you can hear when that's launched. If you're interested, DM us when you go on the socials. Also, the other thing that we're working on is a commercial kitchen. We're going to be working on a commercial kitchen. So if you juice, bake, or cook, you want a place that is licensed and for food, and so you're not cooking out of your house when you're not really supposed to. You have a place that supports you to build your food entrepreneurial journey. You're gonna want to get interested in that and sign up to hear more about that. And it's gonna be on the west side. So we have
West side's the best side.
we have great facilities on the east side, but we need something for us to build that economy on the west side. So stay tuned for that. So follow us again on our social, Dominion Real Estate, and you can DM us and let us know what you're interested in, how we can help and support. If you want to volunteer, if you have, other services or amenities for our families and our youth, let us know.
One last thing I wanted to say was, I'm training my grandsons now to stop wanting money, like chasing money and wanting money all the time. So
That's
a lot of the people and a lot of crime that's happening is because everybody chasing money, everybody want money. And God was showing me when I was away that I was locked up with all this money, couldn't use it. So the money was no good. Like if I got, let's say 1,000 books of stamps, right? Because in prison, it's not money no more.
Right.
It turns into tuna cans, mackerel cans, and writing stamps and stuff like that. So that's what the money is.
Wow.
The money changes. So the currency is not even the same as out here, right?
Mm.
So you can come in with $1 million in your account, and I got 10,000 books of stamps. I got more money than you. Because ain't nothing you can do with that.
Right.
So with that being said, even in the Bible, God don't talk about money.
Yeah.
He said, the word says your gift and your talent shall make room for you, right? So with that being said, like,
Preach.
I don't chase money right now. I go out in the community, whether it be Chick-fil-A, Burger King, McDonald's, IHOP, whatever. I take care of all of the IHOP workers. Let's say, 2 Thanksgivings ago, I gave everybody turkeys in there. All the waiters, all the size and everything went with it, right? So then when me and my wife would go out to eat at IHOP, because I like IHOP, so we sitting there eating at IHOP. And that's the thing I know, because of my gift and my talent working and anointing to touch them. Now, when they come with the bill ain't, y'all want refills? It was, the barter system came back. We didn't exchange money.
Right.
They knew I did something good and I can help them.
Yes.
Right? And it saved them money. So now when I come to spend money, I save my money.
Right. Look at that.
That's a whole class right there.
Making room for you.
That's a whole class.
That's right. That's right.
A class, a sermon for a pastor. Y'all, I hope y'all heard that. It's something different. So
it's called a virtuous cycle.
Change the mindset of the money, because the money is nothing.
That's a good one.
The money is nothing.
That is so true, and that goes. But with all of the social media and all of the consumerism is put on these kids.
Yeah.
And if they don't have the latest this, that, and the other, then they feel like they don't belong, and there's this system that will ostracize them or make fun of them, so they want to fit in, which is, you're right. That's why a lot of the kids are out there on the street, because they need money to buy the latest everything, and even people who are going around, even though it's fake, they want the fake name brand, but marketing and media pushes them towards being that consumerism, which is what's plaguing our community.
Yeah.
Because we're now up to $2 trillion in our buying power, and still yet we have the least amount of assets of all the demographics, because we're so into like spending what we have to look good and fit in and whatever, and that's why a lot of the kids get in trouble. But you're right, even like these little kids, she's asking me for this name brand bag, this name brand perfume, like all this stuff, and I'm just like, where do you get this? We're talking about like 12-year-old. I'm like,
you take her into whoever that was that wanted that bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was critique. You get the sewing machine out, create her own bag, sew her name on it, and it becomes more valuable than what she chasing.
Right.
I love
That's
that.
the thing, though. You got to teach them. Again, they go back to education. That's one of the biggest things that I always like. My parents, I'm grateful. Especially my dad, he was really big on education, and he always taught us about entrepreneurship. And so for me, we push entrepreneurship and arts and talent. We focus on that because if you can learn a skill, you know, like I've been meaning to do this video. I'm gonna probably do it on Monday with my motivational minute video, but to talk about like what we're going through right now with the furlough and everything like that. You know, we gotta stop getting scared when things like that happen. That's why I always tell people, never put all your decks in one bucket.
Yes.
Like you should never be only focusing on a paycheck that somebody else is giving you. You have to learn a skill.
That's right.
You have to learn a skill. It's very important to learn a skill, a trade, or something.
Yeah.
Because if you can learn a skill, then you always have the opportunity to make money.
That's right.
You know, and not only worry about, oh, am I going to be able to get paid today? Or if I'm going to because you have to always have that mindset. 2020 should have taught us everything that we need to know. And that is to always have a backup.
That's right.
Because if you're only focused on going to work and punching in the clock, you have nothing else to look forward to. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you that is the way to like really give up. Because it's so many people. Look how many people when COVID happened. It's when you go back to 2020, between 2020 and 2022 was the biggest rate of suicide on all, and it wasn't our nationality. It was the other side. Why? Because they could not handle that. We're used to struggle,
adapting,
adapting and pivoting and stuff, like
making it do what it.
I was doing nails, and I don't even like doing nails. You get what I'm saying? So you have to tap into those other skills and talents that you have. So even like right now, y'all, yes, you may not be working, or you may be working without getting a paycheck.
My wife.
It should be still. You have to learn, like tap into those things you used to do when you were younger. Some of us, I know when I was working at the post office, I didn't want to do nobody hair. And I knew how to do hair. And what I do later on, I stepped out on faith. Now that's all I do. Well, other than the other thing. I got more than one.
She say all
I had to go back and say that ain't what I do.
All the 10 things she does.
Right. But that's one of the things. And for me, doing hair is like it's therapy for me. I like making, again, I tap into the mental part of it and the self-care for other people. Because that one is one sentence that I've learned that can make a difference in somebody else's life, and that is, how are you doing today? I mean, I literally have asked people this, and they have cried in my seat because they were depressed, but nobody asked them how were they doing. So again, that's just like going back to the children. We got to talk to them. Ask them, how was your day today? What did you learn? I pick my kids up from school every day. First thing I ask them, how was your day today? What did you learn today? You get what I'm saying? And that's one thing my dad used to do with us. Like, we would literally have to read the dictionary. We had to learn. And this is not school. This is home, okay? We had to come home after going to school all day long. We had to learn 5 words in the dictionary.
How about it?
We had to utilize it throughout the week, okay? Write it down and use it in a sentence. And that's how I was a straight A student. I went to high school. I went to high school. But again, if my dad did not instill that in us, I wouldn't have been that straight A student.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So again, we have to reach them where they are. We have to teach them, not only reach them where they are, but teach them what we know. And that's because it's education.
Right.
If you can teach someone, you can teach one person, you can teach a village, because that one person, if a kid that's like giving them a toy. They get excited about that toy. What they're going to do? Go show everybody. Right? Show all their friends. So if you teach them a skill, they're going to get excited about it. They're going to go say, such and such taught me how to do it now. We can go to them. Let's see how they can teach you. Or they're going to sit down and become the teacher.
Right.
I remember I learned how to braid. Taught myself.
Right.
What I do? Told my sister how to braid. Now she was doing the whole neighborhood's hair.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like you have to be willing to go down and help somebody else and to help the next generation. And that's what we have to do as a community. Like we're the Generation X and Generation Z and all this other stuff, and we have to go down to the 4-year-olds, the 5-year-olds, the 6-year-olds. We got to go back, right?
Generation 8.
Yeah. Right.
So it's time to start over.
Yeah, we do, because they're the ones that's honestly is going to keep it going.
Yeah.
You know, and it's sad because when you talk to the younger kids now, you know, I know my grandparents, they were freaking 19 and 18, getting married and having kids, and yeah, these generations now, I'm glad it's being pushed to an older age now. They're older having kids, but you have some of them that don't even want to have children.
I know.
Because of the struggle of what they seen their parents go through, or because of their experience as a child.
Yeah.
I don't want to have kids. It's too much. I seen such and such and what they got going. They worried about, again, the things and the lifestyle. Again, they seeing on social media, you can travel now. Before we had social media, some of us didn't know what Trinidad was. But they didn't know what the Bahamas was. They didn't know what, you know, getting on a cruise or getting on a boat or getting on a plane. They didn't have that experience. Like my mom, you tell her, come on, let's go get on a plane. She's not getting on a plane. I don't even think she ever been on a plane.
Really?
She don't want to. She don't have the desire to.
Wow.
She could have been on a plane. She don't want to.
Wow.
But it's the mindset. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta get out and explore.
That's the exposure.
Travel. You know, I tell people all the time, I don't want to move. I want to stay right here. But I want to travel. And I can move. You can move anywhere when you're traveling.
That's
You
right.
go somewhere as an entrepreneur. Hey, you can go somewhere and be like, hey, I'm gonna work here for a month. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And always come back on. You know,
That's
so
right.
it's the mindset. We just gotta talk to them.
I think that's important. I also want to highlight something else you said about us pivoting, you know, because we're used to the struggle.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to speak to some of our sister friends. Because, you know, during this whole economic change and federal transition, that a lot of ladies, women, have been pushed out of the workforce in the highest level that's in history. So a lot of women are single, not married, have kids. So of course they're probably freaking out right now because they only had them. They were holding it down. They were the breadwinners for them and their families. But I think you said something really important. I mean, all of us as African Americans, we've had to be very creative. And sometimes I think, you know, this whole concept of having a good, stable, good government job kind of made us comfortable and complacent. But now we have to go back to creativity and figure out how you used to do it, or how your mother and grandmother used to make it work with little and nothing, and just become creative. And also, we need a community. We need to get back to our community. You know, people say that the drug era kind of destroyed families and communities, but now is the time, like you said, if COVID teaches anything, we better get it now, because we need to rely on each other, we need to support each other, we need to go back to the basics and become creative, whether you need to bake, cook, sew, whatever. So, you know, yes, we're getting into AI and technology, but also the fundamentals are also going to become even more important, because even less and less people know how to do just the basic stuff that we used to know how to do back in the day. So, build communities, rely on each other, go back to the basics, and go back to God too, because in this time, that's the first thing you need. You know, who your anchor is. It wasn't your job, it wasn't your house, it wasn't your boss or whatever. It's God. And so maybe He's trying to teach us a lesson on how to get back to relying on Him and seeking Him.
Yeah. Buy loaves of bread and cheap fish.
That's right.
They go back to that.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the hot spot now. Worry about the mark. Let the mark got their own spot.
That's right.
For Mother Day.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, go out there and learn fishing yourself.
That's right.
You know, I remember when I was there, my grandfather took me fishing, hunting, you know. I was scared of the hunt.
What were you doing hunting?
We was
in Baltimore?
Catching deer in Baltimore. We was
That's
catching
some good
deer.
stuff too. Deer meat is good too.
Yeah, it is. I like deer meat.
Deer meat
I don't like duck, but I like deer.
Deer meat is delicious. You know, deer is venison. Remember when who was the brothers that gave up his birthright for some? It was venison. That thing is good.
But
So
for
maybe
you,
we
you
got to
gotta
learn
some
how to
skills, man.
how to
You gotta go out
fish.
there and do it because you just don't know the markets. We don't know what we eat, to be honest. Like I've gotten to the point, like my appetite, I don't even crave for anything anymore. You know, I would rather eat a salad or a smoothie or something like that. This food, you don't know what we eat. You really don't.
A lot of it.
Everything's processed.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So true. So
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
And they got they making fake food, make fake meat and all that stuff. We really don't know what we
They
eat.
don't
You
season
go
the
into the
watermelon
market,
anymore.
you go to Sam's Club.
Watermelon has season.
Yes.
Yeah, like we got waterless, seedless
Called
watermelon.
sugar baby.
I don't want that.
You want
Where are
sugar
the
baby?
seeds at? You know, so yeah, we just honestly we just gotta get back to what we know. Get back to what our ancestors were doing.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah. Now's the time. Now is the time.
Whatever you
Mr.
do, make
Chris.
sure you got the right bait. And whatever you do.
Mm.
Because you're only going to catch what you got on your line.
That's true.
That's a word right there.
Preach.
That's a word right there.
Well, you got anything else you want to leave with the people?
No, just a reminder again to come out on Saturday, November the 8th, from 11 to 4 at 4405 Park Heights Avenue. We're gonna have Park Heights Fall Festival. We're gonna have food giveaway, food for you to eat. All kids eat free, by the way, so bring the kids. They all eat free. We got a Coke giveaway, Hayride, the Orioles bird, the marching band, all kind of good stuff. So come on and learn about the other, some resources will be there for you as well. Some giveaways. And just follow us on socials. Dominion Real Estate is our website on dominionrealestate.co. And follow us on socials, Dominion Real Estate on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, I think. TikTok, one of them. You see, I'm not that big in social media, but anyway, we're trying. And that's it. And stay tuned for what we're doing in the community. We'd love to, partner with you and have your support and have you come and help in the different things that we're doing. But really, thank you for having me
Thank
tonight.
you for coming.
And, yeah, it was a pleasure.
And you
to
were
meet
awarded today. You had an event. You was coming from the event, right?
Oh, yes. So I served for the last 4 years. I was on the board of the Family League of Baltimore,
Okay.
and I served as the treasurer of the organization for the last 4 years. So tonight was our annual meeting, and they honored my service. I got a nice plaque
Okay.
from the president.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was my pleasure. So, all in all, everything I do pretty much revolves around kids.
Mhm.
I love children. I don't have any of my own, and maybe God was trying to make room for me to have all the other kids in the
Right.
world, because Family Leave serves kids, make sure that children are well taken care of and supports their family. I was also a former board member of Green Street Academy, which is a charter school. So everything is around kids. I just
Right.
love children. Love babies and kids. Bring them all. Bring them all.
Well,
Is
that's
that
amazing.
what you missed with you?
No, I think we answered them all.
Well, y'all know this Saturday we got the Be More Loyal Free Community Market. The sign-in is going to be at 10 a.m. Come out, get your numbers, leave, come back. We're going to have 50 tables out there. We're trying to have everything out there for y'all. So I was telling her yesterday that I think that we got so many different events going on in the city
Yeah.
that everybody need to come to the table that's doing events and make it one big event.
Mm.
Everybody bring their market. Everybody bring whatever they got and make it bigger for the community. And that's my dream, is to sit at the table with the people who like-minded,
Mm-hmm.
and we put it together, not just have one event, but one big gigantic joint.
Right.
So this is the Powerful Window Radio Show. This is the Be More Loyal Show. I am your host, Carter Chris White. I'm signing off. I'll see y'all this Saturday. Peace out.
Peace out.
That was a good show. I hope it hit somebody, touch somebody's heart,
Amen.
change somebody.
Amen.
Even if one person is saying, "Oh, I got it."
Amen.
I see your joint rolling over there with words.
I know it's a lot of people over there. And they just died. I'm glad it lasted at least an hour.
Look,
You were doing live too, right?
it's 70